I own myself. The same is true of every other person on the planet. You don't own me. Your politician masters don't own me. I have no obligation to obey the arbitrary garbage that they call law. And I have no obligation to put up with it when you unthinkingly come to be a thug to force the politician's will on me. Now, you probably got that badge and joined up, I don't care what level or what agency, thinking that you would be a force for law and order. And for that, I commend you. You thought you were doing the right thing. Turns out you were wrong. You're not the good guy. Your hat, your badge, your title, the law books, they don't make you the good guy. Because morality doesn't change just because politicians scribble something on paper. So Mr. and Mrs. DEA agent, IRS, ATF, CIA, DHS, TSA, the rest of them, you are the bad guys. And the future is going to look back, the people of the future are going to look back now, and they will recognize you as the bad guys. Just as we look back at Nazi Germany and everybody says, how on earth could those people have just followed those orders? The future is going to look back at you, Mr. and Mrs. Federal or state cop, and say, why on earth did they keep doing these things to innocent people just because they were told to? So you have two choices, Mr. and Mrs. Fascist. Either you can think for yourself now, figure out that you're the bad guy, and become the good guy, or until the end of time, history will remember you as a stupid, unthinking, evil thug. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Fascist, I want you to consider one thing when you're trying to decide who's the good guy. Do you see anybody here having shootouts and blowing stuff up, raiding people with their SWAT gear? We say things. We express ideas. You spy on us. You invade houses. You put on your SWAT team and act like fascists. Who do you think that kind of hints is the good guy here? We say words and you violently attack us for it. And you call us terrorists. Who do you actually think is the good guy? At what point are you going to think outside the box enough to realize that your profession can be described as initiating violence against innocent people because politicians told you to? You are not law enforcers, you are politician mercenaries, and that's all. Here's the scary part, Mr. and Mrs. Fascist. You know what I want to have happen to you? I want you to put down your badge and join humanity. Here's the ironic part. While you're out there doing your thuggery, the people here, we don't want to enforce our will on you. We don't want you to spend your money on things we want. We don't want to force you to make choices that we want you to make. We want you to be free. You're attacking us because we want you to be free. How messed up is that? And you have the chance to be free. Because you, with the badge and the gun, you are the only thing making us unfree. It's not the politicians. They're not kicking down people's doors. They're not enforcing their arbitrary, bogus lunacy. It's you with the guns and badges. If you do the right thing, the politicians have no power. We want you to be free. You want us to be enslaved. Now, in the future, people will look back and say, how could anybody have been so stupid, so insane, so irresponsible to work for the DEA, IRS, ATF, whatever? What are you going to tell them if you're still alive? Well, it was my job. Where have we heard that? Only under every evil regime in the history of the world has that been the excuse. Put down the badge. Get rid of the official title of authority. Start taking responsibility for your own actions. And we here will defend your freedom. What government does is start fights. What people here want is peaceful coexistence. Is that why you have to fear us and hate us and spy on us? Because we want peaceful coexistence? Look at yourself in the mirror. Can you really tell yourself that you're the good guy when you're spying on people who want to be left alone and want to leave other people alone. If that's who you view as evil, something is messed up in your head.